Hey everybody, Brett from AstartesGaming here, back with another episode of our Total War Rome 2 Roman Empire campaign. So I've gone ahead and I've advanced the turn between episodes. At some point early on in this episode, I'd like to declare war on Carthage and kick off what I assume is the first Punic War. I don't know if there was supposedly other wars with Carthage before this in the history of the game, but this will be our first time going to war with Carthage, and I'd like to be as ready as possible. So I think we'll take like maybe the first turn or two of this episode to just get our armies in position, and then we'll go ahead and declare war. But if we don't need 2 turns, then we won't take 2 turns. We'll just, basically get ready and then declare war. Our research is complete. We've got advanced construction techniques now, which is going to allow us to build tier 3 settlement buildings, among a few other things. Apparently, we met the objective to maintain 60 units in total. I actually meant to delay that just a little bit so I could get the other bonus objectives, make money off of those, but apparently we didn't do that in time. I didn't realize we had jumped like 20 units so quickly. New objective issued: control 25 settlements either by direct ownership or through client states, military allies, etc. We get 7,500 for that, and then we had a great fire in Auxilia, which is right here. Let's look at that. Oh, great. So everything's been damaged. Right. Well, looks like we're putting all that money we got toward repairs. Let's also choose a new technology. So probably don't need to focus on this for a little while unless we really want additional growth, which actually wouldn't be a terrible idea. But otherwise, we should probably, work on this eventually. If we want higher tier farms, we'll need to do that. Siege stuff wouldn't be a bad idea. Additional ship health wouldn't be a bad idea. And then let's see. 2% isn't a huge change to upkeep, so I'm not super concerned about that. The tier 3 auxiliary barracks would be nice though, because that's what we need in order to recruit the Italian cavalry. Though we're already getting Celtic cavalry, so I don't know that that's even necessary. I'm thinking, let's get the additional growth now. The earlier we get it in this playthrough, the more impact it's going to have. Because later on the playthrough growth is going to be irrelevant. Because ideally we'll have our cities fully developed, but the sooner we get that additional growth, the sooner that'll happen. So let's knock that out now. And then I think we'll jump over to... these would be kind of nice. Better ships and more missile damage for land units would be cool. But for now, let's take this. Okay, so is your public order going to survive me moving this army out? It looks like it probably will. I think having the amphitheater there is going to do enough, though the military presence is accounting for quite a lot of that public order. Right, so let's put you guys into force march to give you a little bit more movement. And the goal is to get them onto this island. So I suppose let's just sail for this little coastline here. Let's see, if I have you hop aboard a ship, can we do that? Perfect. Land them there, and we'll basically have them sitting here waiting for the war declaration, and then they'll just march south along the island. And that should be the best way to kind of keep them safe, because once we put them to sea, they do risk, being destroyed by an army. And even if, a navy, obviously, even if they outnumber that navy to the point where we can win the battle, we might lose transport ships in the process, which, means we have to retrain units. So that would be unfortunate. We've also got the 3rd Legion here waiting, and then the 1st Legion here. And I do have a defensive alliance with Syracuse, which should come with military access.
I am honored to receive you and look forward to your erudite arguments.
I could have a legion waiting in Syracuse ready to deploy, and that might be the best way to go about it, because I could literally sit them right here, and then if we declare war, we just march there and take it. That knocks out 2 ports for them straight away, and forces them to deploy from, well, unfortunately, they have territory in We know this is theirs. That's not, but this is. And then that's theirs. We don't know who this belongs to. I assume that's Carthage as well. So they still have ports nearby. It's not like they're going to have to sail forever to get to us, but that does at least push them back a little bit. So I think that's probably wise. Yeah, let's do that. So I'm going to take the Legion in Neapolis, though I am a little bit wary about leaving Neapolis unguarded, because they will send ships to attack it. How is your public order looking? 15. So if we move the army out of there, they should have minimum probably like 7 or 8, depending on how much the character or the general of that army is playing a role. I think we'll be okay. So let's send you north. And let's send you south. As far south as you can march. So it's still plus 11, better than I thought. Part of that is because this army is still present. They're not in the actual city, but they are still present. And let's see. You guys are still fine, we know that much. You can recruit while you're here if we're so inclined, but I don't think we need to build this Legion up anymore. For the time being, I think they're fine just kind of being on guard duty, and then if we need backup somewhere, we can deploy them via the port. Our navy is as ready as it's going to be, I think. I'm probably not going to build it up any more than this. At least not for the time being. If we need to, we can add or replace these small support ships in the ocean here. Sorry, the sea here. But if we want better ships like these, we're going to have to come back to Brundisium. So I think we'll just call it good enough and let's start sailing this way. Now then, we've got a lot of money to spend and plenty of places to spend it, because now we can of course get tier 3 buildings. So do we want to bump Rome up to tier 3? I think we probably should. We need that growth so that we can start unlocking these additional building slots. I don't know that we necessarily need to do the others, though. Like, this one wouldn't hurt because there's literally no downside. It gives us food, public order, and growth. It would also be wise to probably invest in some of our other territories, though it looks like we're out of money for that, yeah. Could do this, but I think we're fine as is, though hopefully the public order comes around soon. Yeah, that'll eventually turn positive because the provincial instability is ticking away at 1 per turn. And the cultural differences are slowly becoming less of an issue. So eventually that will turn positive even if we don't mess with it. It's just a matter of kind of waiting it out. Hard to say with you because everything's destroyed, but we'll come back to that at a later date, I guess. And food seems to be fine here, so I guess, yeah, let's upgrade Neapolis as well. Sure, we'll do that. And that leaves me with just over 1,000. Can I get somebody to pay for a trade agreement? Because if we have a little bit more, I can buy some loyalty right now.
Greetings.
That would be nice.
I do not think.
Nope. And let's see, I'm guessing no for you as well. Yeah, that's a shame. Will you pay me for a non-aggression pact?
I welcome you, worthy speaker.
No, but you will offer
I listen
one.
Because your people are known to have honor.
I think we'll be okay with that. I don't want to risk them, surprising me or anything
and our agreement.
During this war. And by the time we come to conquer them, we should be able to cancel this without penalty. Sparta, let's see.
If I can give you a fair answer.
I don't think they'll be too keen on anything. I guess that's it then. We'll just kind of leave it as is. I was hoping somebody would pay me for something so I could put that money toward loyalty, but unfortunately no. Are we like desperate for it? I guess we're okay. Can live without it for a turn or two. So we'll see where that money's needed next turn, but let's advance. We'll move for time. just to get them in proper position, which they should be at the end of next turn, and then we'll go ahead and make the war declaration. Though, I think I'd like to do it on our turn, rather than at the end of that second turn. That way I don't give them effectively the first move. I'd like to be able to strike out and hit these settlements straight away. Basically remove those ports from their, resources. Another child is born. Secundus Junius, whatever, Lepidus or something. Pirates again. We'll choose hunted and lower piracy penalties. Lepidus, not Lepidus. Okay. Patrician ranked up. That's the one up in Milan, I believe. So let's see. I don't think I checked last episode who the other son was born to. Okay, so the first child that we saw, Quintus Junius Marcellus, was born to Decimus Junius Brutus, the faction leader. Marcus Junius Brutus had a daughter first, and now a son, Secundus Junius Lepidus. And we'll see if these two have any children, but our family's finally starting to grow. That's nice. By the way, I checked, and I can't make her our faction heir, which is unfortunate. They have to be a member of this family and part of the bloodline, I guess, so they can't be married into the faction. Though, for somebody like him, it seems odd that I wouldn't be able to make him my heir if I had no other option. I don't know. That's just how it works, apparently. So, let's see. I think it would probably be wiser to march them to here, because that seems like a much easier path. There's a road there versus them traipsing through the forest. I don't know how far it'll let them march and still attack through there. So I think this is probably best. How far can you get on a regular march? Okay, probably best to force march you then, just so we know that you're ready. And so long as we don't declare war at the end of this turn and we do it at the beginning of next, they won't be able to get the jump on them and take advantage of their lower morale. Where do I want you to be? First of all, let's put you in a regular stance. Maybe right here. If we need to, they can help out with Lilybaeum or Corollis, which I don't think, if there's no army here, we should be able to take that pretty easily. Garrison is 9 with 4 ships. And again, we don't see an army there. Here, we don't know what they've got going on. Where's my spy, by the way? Is that her? Yeah. We should get another spy at some point. I probably should have done that last turn, actually. Invested in some sort of character. Though I don't think we had enough. How much are they? Yeah, we didn't have enough. I still need to get another champion for other legion, but I've been neglecting that. Okay. Then you need to get to... I think it's probably better that we just force march, because I want them here. I want them ready to cross, and hopefully they'll be able to go from there to here. In one turn would be great. Somehow I doubt that, so ideally 2. Okay, so we're effectively ready. You guys are supposed to be in Neapolis, so that's our final move there. Cool. If we need to, we can train a 4th legion and just have them take a couple token troops to garrison this and move that legion out to attack. Could build up the farm. Don't know that that's necessary. Over here, we have another building slot. I think I'll wait until this goes up to 5. Because I would like a workshop here so that, again, we can start training artillery. And it's probably best that we don't waste that population surplus here and then have to wait for this to go all the way back up to 5. Meanwhile, you guys have room for something. Yeah, why not? We don't have this yet, so what else are we going to do with it? Let's go with some sanitation. I think for this bottom center building on every one of our cities, I want some sanitation, because sanitation will become very important. So we'll reserve that spot in every city for it. And is there anything else that needs to be upgraded? This can be at the cost of 3 food, which we can't support right now. At least not there. I like to have every province self-sufficient in terms of food, even if it's just barely. As long as they're positive, especially during the winter. If they're positive during the winter, then it's fine. We could upgrade this for a little bit more what is it, commerce? Yeah, commerce income. Or upgrade that. But I don't think we need the food yet. No, we definitely don't. So yeah, let's upgrade this. And if there's nothing else, actually, hold on. Rather than do that, because that's not pressing, let's go ahead and buy the loyalty now. I'll throw it at you since you're the lowest. That leaves me with 920, which I don't think is enough to upgrade anything. It is potentially enough to train like a unit or two if we need to, but let's save it and roll it over to next turn, because who knows what we might need. Oh right, somebody leveled up. It was this guy up here. I wish they had a button to like take me to that person rather than just like, okay. Or maybe there was and I just wasn't paying attention. Public order here is plus 16. Yeah, okay, so it won't hurt if I add a -1 to that right now. Okay, there we go. That's not going to help you. Advance. Alright, nothing much going on, it looks like. Just some construction completing. We have a harsh winter. And a mild winter. Wait, where was that? Okay, so harsh winter just south of the Alps. But a mild winter in Provincia, which is out here. Interesting. So apparently that harsh winter just missed them by a little bit. Okay. Okay. Do I want to upgrade anything, or should we just dive straight into war? All of these troops have really hurt my income, which is a bit of a shame. Yeah, let's just get right to it. Before I declare war, let me just make sure I turn everybody back over to regular marching, because I don't want to accidentally send somebody forward in a forced march and then we can't attack like we intended to. Alright. Don't intern. Diplomacy. So, Carthage. You are at war with a couple of factions. I think most of these are either in Iberia or in Africa. It doesn't look like Syracuse has gone to war with them yet, which I find interesting because most playthroughs, Syracuse ends up at war with them pretty early. But I think me getting a non-aggression pact with them kind of threw a wrench in things. So we're going to declare war. Libya is going to join them, which I think Libya just has like these two. Okay. So we're at war now. Before we do anything else, let's come in here and see if Syracuse will join this war.
May Hermes bless us both with skillful tongues,
even if it's just
that we
against
may speak
Carthage.
our
No?
parts
Okay.
well,
That's a shame.
and so reach agreement.
How about Libya? No. Right. That's really disappointing because I could use their help. Will Athens? Athens likes us.
I am honored to receive you and look forward
Will you
to
join
your erudite
my war
arguments and witty quips.
against Carthage? No. How about, well, I assume they're not going to accept the other one either
In
then.
honor, I cannot
Right, well,
accept
we're on our own for at least a little while. Let's start with marching you south. How far can you get? I honestly can't tell. Let's just kind of keep walking and see where we end up. So far, so good. Okay, so it looks like you're gonna stop right on that bridge. Let's get right up to the edge of it. That way, if anybody marches north to attack you, they'll have to cross it while battling us. It looks like that place is completely undefended, though. I don't think they were ready for this. Meanwhile, the 1st Legion has the honor of the first battle of this war. And it looks like it's going to be a relatively undefended settlement. We will fight this because why the heck not? I don't know that these guys are going to matter. They have a bunch of Carthaginian hoplites, which can be dangerous if you don't tackle them correctly. They've got 2 mobs and some javelin men. Let's quick save in case of crash. And then let's get to battle. Okay, so here we are, all deployed. It's the same deployment I used in the last big battle we fought, at least for the main force. So I've got the Volatiles up front, just in a line. There's not really anything fancy I can do with them. Then we have the Triari in a line of 4 across there. They're going to be our pinning force, so hopefully the enemy will just kind of crash into them with their hoplites. The Triari should be able to keep those hoplites pinned down relatively easily. Then we have the Principes that can reinforce any gaps or flank around the sides if needed. And finally the Hastati, whose job is to basically make sure nothing gets into our back line, otherwise they flank as well. Celtic Cavalry on either flank too, just to, you know, make sure that nothing crazy happens out there, but the enemy doesn't have cavalry, so I shouldn't need to worry about that. Right, so let's go ahead and advance a little bit here. Why is my formation looking a little strange when I push them up? You know what, let's scratch that, maybe they'll come to us. I'm just a little wary because when I move this around, things look kind of wonky. It did it again where it kicked my Principes out of the formation. I don't know why it did that. There we go. So now everything should be, nope. Everything should be locked in. Okay, cool. I think I'd like to be a little bit more centered on that gap there. That looks better. Let's move nice and slow. Though they don't seem to be able to keep pace with one another, which I find frustrating. Like whenever we tell them to march slowly, the Hastati inevitably overtake the heavier armored troops, which is just weird. But whatever. Like, I didn't realize they were so heavily armored they couldn't walk at a decent pace. So what are they going to do? They're just kind of sitting here with their hoplite formations. No idea what they're up to. But that's okay. Doesn't really matter. We have the superior force in terms of quality and numbers, so really it's our battle to lose. Let's take you 4 and go ahead and just skirmish with these hoplites a little bit. Don't get too close. Okay, that got their attention because they do have javelin men of their own, and I'd prefer not to take too many casualties from this, but okay, pull back, pull back. There are the hoplites. Now, this was probably a poor choice of engagement position of their navies making it here, because I won't be able to flank them very easily with these buildings in the way. So let's try something a little bit different here. I'm going to march the Triari in a line straight at them. Shouldn't really be able to get flanked because there's not enough room to maneuver. I will send maybe like 2 Principes with them, just to be sure that doesn't happen. And then let's take you as well. We'll put you on this flank. The rest of the Principes, as well as the Hastati, are going to break right over here. And then the cavalry will probably join them. Come out this way, and then there. And the Velites are going to support the Triari, but for now we're just going to leave them there. We'll let the Triari advance past them, and then we'll bring them up behind. So if they're not going to come to me, I'm going to slam my pinning force into them, and then sort of make them commit to that fight, and send the rest of my troops around behind them after. Assuming they take it. If not, then we're literally just going to crush them into the town, because we have no other choice, but we'll see if that happens. Okay, you guys would... Nope, I'm missing several units there. Here we go. You guys would march on up behind them. That would be great. Don't get in front of them, please. Okay, that's 1 engaged. Are the mobs going to bite as well? It's fine if they do. Okay, no, stay there. No, stay where you are. You're fine. Cavalry, why don't you go ahead and attack them? Meanwhile, the rest of this force needs to start coming over here. General, come support them. The mob is not going to be able to do anything, even to our cavalry. Doesn't matter. Right, sorry about that. My dinner got here and I was hungry. So, where were we? Right, crushing Carthage. So, sword infantry is coming around the corner. We've got to wait for them to get back here, but the Triarii seem to have this pretty well in hand. Actually, they don't even need to really be sitting there like that. I thought they would engage across a larger front, but I guess not. Can you guys help collapse that flank? Maybe push through? I can't tell if you guys are even attacking. You guys are fighting. You guys are fighting. It didn't look like they were. Come on. Pull through, pull through, pull through. Keep moving, keep moving. Let's not get caught up with the cavalry, or sorry, the hoplites here. So let's pull the cavalry back. A couple of you can break off and come deal with this. In fact, I think probably most of you, because I don't think this many units are going to be required to defeat these guys. Principes, I'll pull you off to help. Okay. Principes, you guys are going to come over here and attack these units. Off you go. Do you want to go after them, maybe? Sure, go for it. You attack them from the flank. Hit them there, hit them there, hit them there, and you hit them there. So that's pretty much the end of them. You need to fall back. General, retreat. How many units do you have? 60. Okay, yeah. Don't want to be caught up in that mess. If you guys could maybe come this way. Okay, you're engaging there. Why did you attack them through this really narrow spot? Go over there maybe? I don't know. See what you can do. We'll try to get some cavalry over here to help out. Especially since this is mostly just ranged units at this point. General, you can come help with that too. This is pretty much on like autopilot right now. I don't really do much. I wish you guys would properly fan out though. Come on, get in there. Get in the thick of it. No? Alright, let's do this then. Okay, cavalry, you got there a lot sooner than I expected. You engage the javelins, you come over here and help with this. You're fighting them, you're sort of fighting these guys, and you're sort of fighting them. Sure. Works for me. General, oh, you guys are taking losses. Why is that? I don't know. Maybe they got caught up with this spear infantry. Can we stop attacking in these very narrow columns? It's not really letting me draw out their formation. There we go. Okay, that'll get more of you into the fight at least. No idea what you're trying to do there, but sure. You're just making it look really hard, I guess. Come over here, get into a wedge, and let's hit them from behind. You guys can, I guess, go over there. I think this fight's pretty much over, though. Yeah, I don't really see any of their banners still. Anything? Ah. The general himself, or they don't have a general, but their leader anyways. Principes, go hit them please. Cavalry, why don't you come around this way, and we're gonna hit them with a wedge in the back. You guys can, I guess, come over here too. Wouldn't hurt, but I don't think it's really necessary at this point. That cavalry unit is like done. I'll send them in anyways, but I don't think it's gonna matter. Oh, okay, apparently they're going to engage over here with Astati. I should probably tell these guys to stop throwing stuff, because otherwise we're going to do a lot of friendly fire damage. Come on, cavalry. You can do it. Nope, come this way. Don't go the other way. I'm going to... Oh, it doesn't matter. Battle's over. Okay. So decisive victory. Nice. Okay. So the first battle of this war is a resounding success for us. Their actual losses were like 1,600. So only about 100 of them actually made it out alive. But of course, because this is a siege battle, they'll die anyways. Anyway, it's like a 4-to-1 kill ratio, which is pretty good. We did outnumber them, so it's a little bit easier to pull that sort of thing off. Let's occupy this. That's another rank for our faction leader. And some more influence for him as well. Do I want to go with that? No, I think I want to give him commander for some more authority. Actually, he's already got plenty. Yeah, but it wouldn't hurt to have more. Yeah, let's do it. Just to unlock that tree. Alright, so what have they built here? Some interesting stuff. It's going to cost me a lot to convert these. That's going to need to be a farm. So we may as well tear that down now. What can you recruit while you're here? Just the regular stuff, I guess. Or wait. So these don't add anything? No, we can't do anything with them. So let's just tear them down. This can stay a shipwright for now, but we'll see if there's maybe something better that we need later. Actually, either way we need to convert it because we don't get a garrison for it if we leave it. Food could be helpful, though. Those will both be food probably. And since this is just a village, that will have a farm in it too. So I don't think food will be necessary. I'm not sure, to be honest. Gotta convert it to something though, otherwise we get no garrison. So what's the cheapest? Right now it looks like it's either going to be the fishing port or the shipwright. The shipwright gives them a small garrison of 3 ships. Lets me recruit some assault ships. This gives us a little bit better garrison, but it's the most expensive choice. This gives us, these two give us the worst. This is going to give us food, this is going to give us money. I think I want money. But it would be nice to be able to train ships out here versus having to go all the way back there. So maybe this is a good place to do it. Corrales could also be where we train them. God, I don't know. I'm just going to leave it for right now. We'll convert this, though. So we'll do the civil settlement. And, right, you've already moved as far as you can. Pretty much, more or less. Let's have you sail into port there. Just so you're a little bit safer. Where are their armies? I know that they're at war with a lot of factions, but they've left all of their settlements that we're aware of completely unguarded. Okay, so that's it for you. Shall we spend some more money on upgrades? Let's see. No. Let's go here. Actually, let's pop down here. I don't think I can train it here though, but I was going to say let's go ahead and grab ourselves another champion. Plus 10 experience gain would be good. Minus 3% upkeep and plus 2 morale is not bad either. More battle captives. Like they're kind of all over the place with their bonuses. This guy's got decent ones, but not all 3 are going to be useful. He's got 1 that would be useful. And he's got 0. Well, 1 that's kind of useful. We could also just get a spy instead, and that would obviously be helpful. Though, my spy is already on her way over here. let's just grab a champion. No, not what I meant to click. So, was it you? -3 upkeep. But the experience. I think I'd rather have the experience, to be honest. Because they have abilities. Oh, nice. So he does come over here. They have abilities in their tree that lower upkeep. Though I think they have abilities that raise experience too. So maybe it was irrelevant. Do I need to secure any loyalty? We just kind of did that. Whoops. So can't. I can't with them, any of them anyways. Oh, I can actually. It was just lagging. We could get them up to 12. Yeah, why not? Maybe we can create some political allies here. I don't think that you can ever actually do that. It just makes them less likely to rebel. Okay. And that'll be that turn. Our water sluicing research is complete. Use of mercenaries. I'm not going to use mercenaries, really. Not to the point where I need to worry about their replenishment rates. Okay. And an increase in rank for several people, actually. So that is all of this done for a while. We don't need to worry about that tree for a long time. That's not super necessary. We should get this one eventually, just so that we can get into this tree further. Those would also be useful, but I kind of wanted the additional ship health for naval battles, so let's grab that. Now then, you guys are going to go ahead and... No. Oh god, I caught it. Oh, that was almost very bad. Encircle them for now. We'll decide what we want to do with that in a minute, but we know they want to be... Or we know that they should be encircled. That much is clear from the outset. You're still doing your job, right? Every once in a while, these guys will stop doing their administration thing and you have to reset it. I don't know that it's supposed to do that, but it happens. So just check them every now and then. You're okay. I think next turn we'll be able to build this. So that means we can start training ballista, I believe. Actually, let's look at that. Or it won't let me do it until we have the building slot open, will it? Well, no, if I open this, can I just go through anywhere? No, I can't. I have to have the specific building tree in front of me. Right. Let's build a farm there. And we're going to build a farm here too. Again, one will be like a proper farm. I should call it a villa, because that's what it is. One of these villas will become a farm. The other will become whatever the cow one is, herding ground. That was a bull, actually. I should say bull. You... I still don't know what I want to make this place into. Food's not going to be necessary, not with these 3 farms. So do we want to train ships or do we want to make money? That's the question. What would be nice, actually? I think it would be wise to have this be our place for training ships, because Brundisium is also in the same province. And so if we have like 2 military wharfs or a military wharf and a shipwright or whatever, we can build additional buildings in this province that will confer bonuses to producing the best ships. Versus if I have one in Brundisium and one in Corrales here, then they would both need to have those buildings. So this is more efficient. Therefore, let's convert it over to... I think I'd rather have the military wharf. So like long term, what does this get us? I like having ballista ships because they're super badass. I think we get these pretty much regardless, as long as we have... maybe not. These guys are really good, though. Like, flaming javelins are pretty solid weapons. Fire pots are good, too, though. And then regular assault ships aren't bad. We have light scorpion ships. Those are triremes. What is this? Hemiolia. Whatever the hell that means. These are biremes. So they're a little bit smaller. I think I like these ships better. Although there are a lot less options, isn't there? I don't know. I just feel like... But scorpion ships. Scorpion ships would be awesome. I guess we'll have one of each. We'll do the military wharf there, and we'll just have a ship right here. And it'll save me some money, even. Okay. That's probably going to get torn down. In fact, let's tear it down now. That is going to be another villa that becomes a herding ground, because this city here is going to have all of our production stuff for this place. There's no point in trying to train troops there. If we need to, we'll put it in this town here. This can get upgraded. Let's see what we should be taking here. I'm most concerned with sanitation from this building. That's its main job, is to produce sanitation. Or I'm thinking of Attila. Sanitation is not really a thing in this. Squalor just affects public order, and this gives you public order back in the form of sanitation. Versus in Attila, Squalor is its own separate mechanic. So let's see. Public order from sanitation. It's interesting. There's +2 all the way down to the bottom, and then we get a +8. 16 growth per turn. Influence for our political party, and there's no downside to that. Versus this requires food. This apparently gives us more security against spies. But 3 food's not a huge deal, and that also generates wealth and growth. I think this is a nice balance, even though it does cost us some food. We get the public order, we get the growth, and we get some income as well. And cultural influence. But this gives us influence for our political party and more growth. I think I'm just going to do the fountains. Okay, so I can't afford it, but we'll do that next turn maybe. Do you guys need anything? Another farm? It's really our only option there. How about down here? We kind of already looked at that. Let's save the money. We might need it to upgrade something expensive. Okay. So, what's happening over here? I think Carthage is tied up fighting these different African tribes. You guys are going to take that city. Meanwhile, this force here I think is going to do a full-scale assault of Carthage. We can get there to blockade the port, and I assume... Oh, you can't actually make it there in one turn. That's unfortunate. I'm really wary about sending them. But ideally what we'd have is these guys conduct a naval assault, or even just land here and then attack the city from land. I feel like the naval assault would be pretty badass, though. And that's really what's important here, isn't it? Anyways, we assault Carthage with the Legion while these guys support with a blockade, and then, you know, we can bombard them from the shoreline with the ballista, at the very least. But I guess none of that matters right now, because it doesn't look like we can attack this city this turn, versus this city we very much can attack and need to. Especially since we're taking attrition. Before we go into battle, let's give you an upgrade. That would be pretty nice. So plus 15 campaign map movement range, plus 30 unit experience per turn. Or we can basically pick anything else at this point. Let me kind of run through these real quick and see which ones are worth talking about, because I don't want to go through them all one by one and have this episode just be insanely long. Okay, so just looking at these, if you really want to have your army just completely broken in terms of like campaign map movement, this sadistic trait on the 3rd level gives them an additional 20% on top of the actually, you can't choose athlete, right? He just already had that. Yeah, so I got lucky here, obviously, but you know, you can choose which veteran you hire, so I'll find one who has campaign map movement, but eventually we can get a plus 15, which we can combine with this plus 20 and have an additional like 1/3 of our movement bar added onto there. That does cost morale though, so -6 to morale, because apparently he's kind of a hard ass. This one has no real downside. It basically just boosts the stats for your heavy infantry, so they get better melee attack, melee defense, and morale. So that one's kind of nice, because again, there's nothing that really hurts you from it. And I'm mostly just looking at stuff for the character being associated with an army. If you're going to deploy him outside of an army, there's different traits that you would want to take. There's ones where you can basically like plant him in a province and just completely wreak havoc for the enemy and boost your own armies, completely separate of, you know, actually being in the army. But I like to just kind of attach them to the army, and then it's one less thing I have to worry about. I can always break them off if I need to, but it's not always necessary. Let's do that for now, and then I think I'll do Centurion the next time he levels up. Okay, so with that out of the way, we have a siege to conduct, if the game will allow me to select the army. And then I think we'll call it an episode, and then next time around we'll figure out how we want to deal with Carthage, the city. Alright, Corrales. Let's quick save. I wish a bit more to deploy against this place. Luckily for us, the garrison is not particularly strong, because otherwise it might be better to wait a turn. You know what, it might be better to wait anyways. Let's get at least one more thing to help us out here, because it'd be nice to be able to destroy the gates. Otherwise our cavalry is just going to be sitting outside until we capture the gates or something. So we'll train up one of those, or build one of those, whatever you want to call it. Then we'll end our turn. Okay, the game wants me to research some economy tech. We probably won't be able to do that in time because we have 5 turns to do it. I've got 3 turns left on this. And unless there's one that we can do in 2 turns, it's just not happening. Alright, let's build a villa here before I forget about it. What else is happening? Population surplus. Perfect. Okay, so, workshop. Workshop will allow us to train a Roman ballista at the first level. The second level, we will be able to do scorpions, giant ballista, onagers, and polybolos. I'll probably just stick with the standard Roman ballista in my actual legions. I think every legion should have, well, maybe not. Maybe we can do scorpions. I'll have to see which one I like best. I think the scorpion has a nice balance of firing speed versus the ballista is a little bit slower. 2 shots per minute versus 6. So yeah, it's 3 times faster. It doesn't do as much damage, so it's less useful in like a proper siege situation. But if you're going to deploy them on the battlefield, I think the lighter siege weapons like the polybolos or the scorpion make more sense. This one shoots twice as fast as the scorpion even. But again, missile damage 85, missile damage 120, missile damage 180. So you are sacrificing damage. And then lastly, we get the Roman heavy onager. So what I'm probably going to do is have a single ballista or unit of ballista, potentially 2, in every legion. Or it'll be a scorpion or a polybolos, but one of those 3. And then we're going to have a separate army accompanying our legions on campaign that is just going to be onagers. And it'll be like 4 units of onagers or something. Maybe 3, I don't know, we'll see how many we need. But they're going to be like our, basically like siege experts, and that's their only job, is to like come in for sieges. Otherwise they're just going to sit far enough back that they're safe. But yes, let's go ahead and grab the workshop. The rest of this kind of doesn't matter. Household expands, more morale boosts, more of the same. Apparently our admiral likes Greeks, and the head of the Julii family is a potty mouth. Okay, faction destroyed, faction encountered. Well, that was quick. We encountered them as they were being destroyed. We're also suffering some minor attrition during our siege. Again, we have a buff that reduces it by 70%, so it's really not a problem. Did we even... like, did everybody lose like 1 man, basically? I think everybody lost like 2. Okay. So we have our ladders times 4 and our tortoise. Let's quick save in case of a crash. And assault. Okay, so we're ready to deploy, or we already have deployed. These 2 ladders, well, first of all of the ladders have Principes on them. Their job is going to be to secure the walls. The, I forget what the hell this thing is called already, but the Triarii are going to be responsible for securing the gate. And behind each of the ladders with the Principes, I have the Hastati in attacking Testudo, basically ready to jump on the ladders as soon as the Principes get up them. I'm going to have the Triari march up with the Ram. I'm just going to call it a Ram. And basically set up like right here, ready to run in, but also we'll have them provide like a little Testudo wall for maybe the Velites to help kind of support. And then the cavalry is just going to hang back until the gates open. So that is the plan. You guys are to go there. You're going to go here. You go straight for the gate. Does this thing not destroy gates? What does it do? Does it destroy walls? Well, that's interesting. I thought it was for busting down gates. I've honestly never used one of these, but I figured out, like, oh, what the hell? We'll just use it to break down the gate. Okay, smash the gate there then, I guess. You guys go here. Or smash the wall there, sorry. You guys go there. Off we go. They're going to take a little while to get in position. I swear this thing was for busting down gates. Why would you try to ram down a wall? That's ridiculous. Let's see. You should be... It's going to be very picky, isn't it? Go there. You should be like here. You should be there. And you should be there. They're going to be a little bit slow because they're in Testudo, but that's fine. They'll just help kind of draw missile fire. Meanwhile, you three... let's let that thing get a little bit ahead of them before I do this. But I'd like them in a line like so. And then these guys are going to be set up behind them. Let's give it a little bit more time. Why do I only have 3? Or sorry, 1. I want all 4. Okay. And again, we're marching slow. Trying to give everybody time to get in position. Well, now I know not to bother with these. I mean, it is really cool, and I'm curious to see how it works, but I thought we were going to break down the gate with it. That was the whole point. Okay, so they're taking fire from the towers. That's fine. I chose this location because this was mostly absent of towers, like versus the towers there. Obviously, the gatehouse has them integrated, but that you can't really avoid. Though had I known we didn't need a gate, I wouldn't have bothered trying to attack a gatehouse, would I? Alright, up we go. The mob's going to try to slow down my elite infantry. Good luck with that. You guys should be in... Why are you being so slow? Let's just grab everybody. And march up a little bit closer. No. Hold formation. March up to like here. And we'll set up there. Okay. Break formation there. Get on up. You guys break formation. Get up. And once you're done with that mob, go take the gates. I guess we'll just let ourselves in. You go attack them, I guess. Yeah, go over there and attack. You can go capture this. That would be useful. You guys need to get up here. Oh, right, they have reinforcements from their navy. Well, if you guys are up the ladders, it really doesn't matter what they do, does it? Oh, crap. They're in Testudo. What is this? Oh, Libyan hoplites. Yeah, good luck with that, Libyan hoplites. Well, good thing you turned in time. Is it really not going to let me take you out of formation? What's the deal here? I have no idea why they're being stupid. Walls are breached. Oh, right. Probably shouldn't have sent you guys over there. Luckily, we didn't take, like, catastrophic casualties. Okay, can you guys help out? We're still not through over here, but that's okay. Let's march the Principes, sorry, the Triari through. And can I get the Velites up on the wall? That would be pretty cool. Something like that? Sure. I think that works. You guys are slowly climbing up here. That's fine, I guess. So yeah, that thing just puts a big old hole in the wall. I mean, I'm cool with it. It's obviously very useful. Just, not the kind of useful I had in mind. If that makes any sense. Can you guys come down here and attack? That's kind of what we need right now. Let's see. Hit them in the flanks, please. You guys need to keep marching through. Keep marching through. Go on, just pile in. Pile in. Everybody gets some. I feel like... Are you winning that fight? Yeah, you are. If Hastati can take them, then there's nothing to worry about. You might need to come over here, though. Might need some help there. Why don't you go deal with those archers? And I'll have one of the cavalry units kind of flank this unit just to speed that process along. Alright, Velites. You're supposed to be getting topside. It doesn't look like you really did that. We managed to crush some of their javelin men in there, so good luck skirmishing like that. Can you guys come around over here, please? And if you're just gonna sit there, get up here and start throwing stuff down. Flaming shot would be nice. I kind of use the flaming shot like tracers. It just makes it easier to see what the hell my guys are doing. See if you can't route them from behind. In general, you can join them too. But let's pile some people into that and see if we can just route it with cavalry. Otherwise, you guys don't seem to be having much luck getting on the walls. Or if you did, you kind of went in the wrong spot. So set up here and we'll throw a cross into that group maybe. But let's make sure they're all using flaming shot. Men are wavering. Where? Where are my men wavering? I don't see anybody wavering. We're causing some people to waver. You guys have already won that, from the looks of it. I wanted one of you to help out here, but it looks like they're probably going to win that before it's even necessary for you to help. You should be in this fight. I honestly can't even tell what's happening over there. Skirmish with them, please. You guys start skirmishing here. It looks like they already kind of were. There's a lot of fire in that spot. But this is like a perfect spot to just rain hell on them from. Otherwise, I think it's pretty much over. Unless they have somebody guarding the town squares. Maybe here. I like that this is like a layered defense. This is pretty cool. So if you had to, you could fall back to this spot. I mean, there's no gate, but with a couple hoplite formations or triari, you could hold that for a while. And we might have to. Who knows? This war has just started. Okay, so they still have somebody somewhere. Let's grab all of our units and let's meet here while we capture this. Rendezvous point Alpha right there. Capture the gates. General's under attack. From whom? Oh, these are still attacking us. No, held by Rome, but they're going to attack us anyways? That seems like a bug. If I've captured them, they should at least go neutral and stop shooting at me. Maybe I should get somebody in the ram and just have them batter these things down. Actually, I don't think they can destroy towers. Alright. You two are going to scout for me. What's happening in there? Actually, now that I look at this, if I were to defend it, what I'd probably do is try to fight out in front here. So maybe angle a unit right there, one across the top of the stairs, and then like one over here. Because you don't want to allow the enemy to start capturing these towers. So if you fight out in front of them, the towers can continually support you. Plus you have the slight incline for the enemy to deal with. I am kind of looking forward to trying to defend this place against someone. I actually like the layout of this city quite a bit. I'm not seeing any enemies. Unless there's like a random ship somewhere that never landed. But as far as I can tell, we've won. Oh, there they are. We just didn't discover them yet. Pull back. Do not run headlong into, I'm assuming, hoplites. Yeah. Do not do that. Come capture this. Everybody else can run straight into them, though. That's fine by me. We'll just send the entire mob and Zerg rush them. You guys might want to sit this one out. For whatever reason, there's always like one unit of Principes that just gets completely obliterated. That's what happened the first time, and why we only have 4 units versus 5. Looks like they're going to get a bunch of Volatile javelins before anything else. You guys should be in skirmish if you're going to do that, though. That way they'll pull back at least after they throw them. Okay, missiles away. You're getting a ton of shots from the tower coming at you, though. They're doing pretty good at absorbing those. Oh, you should have got them when they retreated. Alright, everybody get in there. You guys are going to go melee so that we don't cause too much friendly fire. And, wow, you guys just stood there. Probably because we lost line of sight. But yeah, get in there, please. Not that there's really any time for it now. Everybody just dogpile. They've still yet to take any casualties. Cavalry, come around this way. We're going to hit them in the back. Yeah, these guys are solid. I'm kind of impressed. I mean, I've obviously seen what Spartan hoplites can do. I've done a whole campaign with them. And if you protect them properly, you can just completely decimate your enemy. Oh god, why would you do that? Okay, hit them. That should do it, yeah. Shattered him instantly. Okay, so down goes Corrales. Well, we're not destroying it, we're just taking it for ourselves, obviously. So we'll occupy it, and it's ours now. And we'll have to see about rebuilding a lot of this, so that's inexpensive to convert. I don't think I need a shipwright here. What I will probably do is convert this over to a fishing port and just have this whole place be about food. And that way I can build whatever I want here without worrying about incurring a bunch of, food penalties. So this will probably be a harbor. It just makes more sense to build it here, I think. Make that a harbor. This is going to be torn down for a religious building. And then these will probably, whoops. These will just tear down as well. And it looks like we have enough growth to just expand the city right now. The question is, what do we want to put here? So, I'm not going to be training ships here. I think I want to just set this up so it makes a lot of money and I can ignore it. Therefore, something industrial like this would make a lot of money. That is going to hurt us in terms of public order, though. Something that costs food would probably be better. We'll build an aqueduct here. A workshop. I don't necessarily need to be able to train artillery here, though. It's kind of inconvenient to get to if we're going to do that. A practice field. But again, I don't want to be recruiting troops here. It's just inconvenient. Though I am curious. Like, what... why is it not allowing me to... Okay, fine. Do that. Now I can click on it. What would I get here? Is it just more Italian troops? Yeah. I suppose that's fine. Though I could get them elsewhere? Like, what are we getting from you? The same thing. I think I'd rather have them here, if I'm being honest. Or I guess we could move that there and just train more Roman troops here in Consentia. That might be better, because then we don't have to go back and forth over this border. Though that does mean that if we want the non-Roman, like the proper Italian stuff, we have to come here. Which isn't necessarily better. Again, I really don't care for recruiting here, but I don't know what else to put in. Any of these gonna net me just money? Yeah, actually, we could build a forum. Forum Viniarum, sell wine. That costs food and that makes a lot of money. I think that's probably what we'll do. So, religious building, something public order, sanitation, and then another one of these. Works for me. And with that, I think we'll call it a day. Next episode, we have another big battle on our hands, at least one. We are going to take Carthage, or Carthago. We will need to wait until this Libyan army leaves. I mean, we can try to take it with them present, but they will reinforce. And that'll make it even that much harder. So, obviously, the wise decision would be to avoid that. I'd like for him to join that legion, but I can't do it until they've moved. Otherwise, he will prevent them from moving at all. But I don't want to do that yet. Let's save that all for next episode. So, I suppose with that, thank you guys so much for watching. I had a great time playing some Total War Rome 2 with you, and I look forward to seeing you back here for the next episode and the Siege of Carthage.